Good afternoon and welcome to Sarah Lawrence College and the Campbell Sports Center for today's Skyline men's basketball matchup featuring the visiting Maritime College Privateers and of course your Sarah Lawrence College Griffins. Before we begin today's game, we'd like to quickly remind you that Sarah Lawrence College, Maritime College, and the Skyline Conference promote good sportsmanship by all student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting all participants and officials in a positive manner. Any profanity, racial or sexist comments, or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal. We'd also like to remind you that the consumption or possession of alcoholic beverages and tobacco products is prohibited. At this time, we ask that you please join us for the playing of the national anthem.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Campbell Sports Center and a Skyline basketball matchup this Saturday at noon as we tip off between the Maritime Privateers and the Sarah Lawrence Griffins. We're having some slight technical difficulties, so bear with us if the audio and the video isn't perfectly synced up. But Maritime with the first possession, and it's Williams. Picks up his dribble, gets it right back. Splitting two defenders, through traffic, kicks it. Anderson for three, way short off the side of the backboard, and here come the Griffins in transition. It's Kim who gets stuffed at the rim. Incredible recovery from Anderson. A LeBron-type block to stop a transition two, and they answer immediately with 3 points of their own. Williams on the score there for the first points of the game. Kim at the helm. Off to Downs, who tries one. That ricochets off, and it's Williams looking for a transition. Finds Kelly on the other side. Kicks it to Lang in the corner. Trying a post move. Berman staying strong and a scoop, but no dice on that M. Lang had 1 foot out of bounds. That's Griffin's ball. Visitors still with the only score of the game so far. We have an intriguing matchup, ladies and gentlemen. A key matchup. Two teams that will be making the playoffs, that are looking to make runs in the playoff. This could be a close one. Downs to Doherty, who tries one from deep. Don't see that too often as Lang picks up the rebound. Outlet to Devaney, Maritime's leading scorer. And Williams looks to the coach for guidance as they will try a half-court set. Lang wants to hand it off to Anderson, does. Kelly, ooh, a little rogue dribble there from Anderson, but he still somehow holds on. Devaney has to launch one with 1 second left on the shot clock. Easy pickings for Kim, and here he goes. Kim loves to move, and he loves to move quick. He picks up his dribble. Here comes Downs. Now it's Berman's turn. Out to Kim, shot fake, but still nothing going. Downs, who missed a three earlier, misses that one too, but the signature Sarah Lawrence tip. Offensive rebound, and another go for the Griffins. Kims rejects the screen, and a little scoop works for him. The 2 first points for the Sarah Lawrence Griffins. As Kim led the Griffins in scoring in their most recent game against Merchant Marine. Now Lang tries one from deep. They left him wide open. That popped out. And Kim gets another rebound to his name. Berman to Downs. Sees a lane, but nothing going. Berman now from deep. That's a little too strong, but Doherty's there for the rebound. And a foul off the ball as Kelly went flying. But they're calling it an offensive foul on Doherty, saying Kelly took flight in part because of his teammate, not the opponent. So that's a turnover and Maritime ball. Williams quarterbacking this one. He's the second leading scorer of the team. As Downs puts, and Berman puts a lot of pressure on Devaney. Devaney wanted a call, didn't get it, but Kim corrals it. Trying the paint, kicking it out. Berman, Doherty in the corner. Is he gonna make a move? Sure looks like it. Here comes that post, but a kick, and Downs for three. Hello. Sarah Lawrence Griffins with the first three-pointer for them. There will be more, I can assure you that. as the Griffins take a 2-point lead. 4 minutes into this half. Williams, strong drive, but meets strong defenders. Berman now picking up Lang. As Maritime keeps poking, keeps prodding, but nothing going. Devaney has to launch one. That bounces out. And Kim, once again, pushing it for the Griffins. He tries the lane, he tries another scoop, and he gets the and one with some English. Scoop an ice cream parlor would be proud of through contact. You slap it his arm, it doesn't matter. He will finish with the bucket and head to the line for the bonus. Kim, a junior from Kansas City, Missouri, short on the bonus free throw, and Williams picks it up. And Tricario leaves it right open for the guard Matanti. Almost looked like he intended to hand it off to a Griffin. As the home team gets an easy steal. Downs to Berman. Berman backing down Anderson, using his size. Nice fade away, but the shot doesn't go. Anderson climbs the ladder for the rebound and leads the way on the other end. Here comes Tricario, and he wants a strong move to the basket. And that goes up and in. Some of the brightest shoes you'll see on the court all day, maybe all season. As Tricario cuts the lead to 2. Matanti, we know he's dangerous from 3, and so does Maritime. They don't let anything easy there. And Downs trying one down the lane, and a nice dump to Doherty. That's good basketball, but Doherty can't convert. And on the rebound, they call a jump, as O'Sullivan and Doherty both had possession. But since Maritime won the initial tip, the Griffins have the possession arrow in their favor. Kim to inbound. Out to Berman. He tries a drive. Devaney says no. Downs now on Devaney. And a nice shot right over the long defender. No problem, as that one goes down for Downs. Williams hands it off to Devaney, who tries a strong drive, and he meets the no-fly zone of Doherty, the all-time leading blocker in Griffin's program history. Shows why he is, but on the other end, they call Berman on the travel before he put that bucket in, so that won't count. Remains a 4-point lead for the home side. Devaney, Tricario to Anderson. Williams with Matanti on him. Williams with a nice step back. That's pure, wow. Great technique. You can see he's practiced that plenty of times. As Kim gets called on the offensive foul, O'Sullivan pestering him enough to kind of trap Kim into a little shoving contest, and Kim gets called on that shove. So 2 turnovers in consecutive possessions for the Griffins here. So they still hold the lead, but Maritime has the opportunity to tie or go up with this 3-pointer, although that's way short. Tricario is there for the cleanup as he makes a strong move, and he ties everything up at 9. Tricario with 4 points on the game already. As Kelly now leads the way. Matanti. Downs on the wing. Trying to look for an inside pass. It was not there. Handoff. Matanti launches. but no dice. Tricario with the rebound. And Williams all the way over to Anderson. There's a little spin. Now O'Sullivan goes baseline. He tried an inside pass, but met Doherty instead. As the big body now lines one up for three, and that goes down. Three-pointer from Doherty. He's only a 22% three-point shooter, but if you leave him that wide open, might as well take one. Three-point lead for the Griffins. Williams with great defense from Downs. Forces a difficult shot. That's off the back iron, and a go-ahead pass from Kelly to Doherty. It was a peach of a dime, but O'Sullivan was quick to the punch, and he poked that one free right as Doherty was going up. But last touch off of Maritime. Ball will stay with the Griffins. But Doherty doesn't get the easy two. Get some substitutions here. Elovitz Fields enters the game for the Griffins, as well as Kyle Jefferson. And Matanti tries a nice drive, a reverse lay. A beauty as the Griffins go up by 5. Zion Williams with Jefferson on him. Now Kelly on the bigger Devaney, and Devaney lays it up and in. You can see why he's an impressive scorer, 3rd in the conference in points per game. As Kim, quarterback in the play, gets a screen from Elovitz Fields. Jefferson goes to ground, but gets up quickly. Gives it back to Kim, who now has to launch. And he drains that. The Griffins, once again, effective from deep. Kim up to 7 points. He leads the scores on the game so far. 6-point leads for the home side. Here comes Williams. Tries to get Devaney down low. And on the entry pass, it's Kelly. Trying to deny that passing lane, which is understandable given the size difference and just how effective Devaney is at putting the ball in the basket. So we had a couple more substitutions here as Kai Ruse enters the game for the Sarah Lawrence Griffins. Matanti heads to the bench, and Kai Ruse unfortunately fell asleep at the wheel there as the quick pass down low to Devaney results in a quick 2 points for Maritime. 4-point lead, Griffins. Kai Ruse out to Kelly. He tries a drive, and he goes up, but hits nothing. Kai Ruse tries to save it, but instead hands it to Williams with a nice behind-the-back move and a fast break for Maritime. But the quick recovery from Jefferson forcing Devaney into an uncomfortable jump stop. He moved his feet before he went up. They call him on the travel, and here come the Griffins. Kim trying to enter the paint. Kai Ruse with a nice fake. Goes up, and he'll shoot 2. Got the defender to bite on the shot fake. Cleared the runway. Met a second defender who committed the foul and gave Kai Ruse the opportunity to head to the line. First one rattles out. Kai Ruse, a 57% free throw shooter. Has only gone to the line 7 times prior this season. He splits the pair. So we're halfway through the first half. Griffins with a 5-point lead. An important game, and Maritime out of sync with each other. Williams can't get it to Devaney. Unforced error and an easy extra possession for the Griffins. As the home team slows things down. And now they start their offense. Kyrus. This time, no bite from the defender. Has to pick his dribble up. Out to Elevitz Fields. Kim uses the screen, weaves through defenders, but then travels in the paint. Puts his hand to his chest, admits that was on him. Perhaps an unforced error for the Griffins. After we just saw one from Maritime, who now launches a deep three. Doesn't go, but they're there for the rebound. And a nice shot fake, but a poke from behind. And they say the last touch. Initially, they say the last touch is off Maritime. But the other ref comes to the rescue for the visitors and says the last touch was actually off of the Griffins. So now another poke, and this time the Griffins do come away with the steal as Jefferson is there to pick up the pieces. Kim. Elevitz Fields. We've got some off-ball movement here. Jefferson, who's quick and shifty. Elevitz Fields tries a vintage shot. The mid-range going out of fashion, but effective there for Elevitz Fields. He gets his first 2 points of the game. As Williams tries to answer, weaving through multiple defenders. And at the end of the road, he finds a foul and 2 shots from the free throw line. As he tried to go up and under. Couldn't get the bucket to go, but will shoot 2 from the charity stripe. As we hear from our Sarah Lawrence Griffins cheerleaders. Trying to make as much noise as possible. Proving effective on the first free throw. As Williams misses that one. He had a series of substitutions on both sides here. Matanti, Berman, Downs, Doherty entering the game for the Griffins. We have Anderson, Lang, Chicario on the court for Maritime as Williams misses both. Unlike himself, as he's a 70% free throw shooter now. Matanti on the other end, and here you go. He's got a little flamethrower going as he hits another one from deep. As the home team now leads by 10. Maritime can't let this get out of hand. And they answer right back with the long 2 from number 12, Zivekis. And Downs trying to move inside the paint. It's out to Doherty, who decides not to hand it off. And after the pass, it seemed like Maritime was going to corral it. But Berman's called on the foul as they were both hustling for the ball. Matanti now on Anderson. Anderson very shifty, trying to use that shiftiness. Gets it to Tricario, who tries to go down low. That's what he does. Has to kick it out. Downs says no to that drive. O'Sullivan almost stumbles, but somehow finds his way to the rim and scoops it up and in. That 10-point lead quickly cut down to 6. Little 4-0 run for the visitors here. Can the Griffins respond? Berman going up strong. Draws the contact, and he'll head to the line. As he seemed to be in a little bit of pain there, but gets up, walks it off. As Kelly comes over to discuss things with the coach. And Berman sinks the first. And a quick last-minute sub there before the second free throw. Morrell comes in for Downs. Berman, a 66% free throw shooter. Makes them both. O'Sullivan now leading point. Gets it right back from Anderson. Was in a little bit of trouble there, but they find their way through. Pass down low and a nice fake from Aline, but he can't get the bucket to go. He cleans up his own mess and kicks it back out. Now Tricario tries to get the entry pass. Can't corral it, but last touch off the Griffins. Anderson to inbound. He lobs it to O'Sullivan. 10 seconds on the shot clock. They're taking their time, but they don't have that much time. They only have 3 seconds left, forcing a quick shot from Tricario. And on the rebound, the Griffins perhaps slightly lucky to come away with it. Last touch off Maritime. We're now bringing a little bit of extra pressure. O'Sullivan on Kelly. Kelly showing off his ball handling moves. Berman to said Kelly, launches. Doesn't get that to fall. Matanti there. Picks it up, and the Griffins go again. Berman, nice crossover move, but Lang is all over it. But a little dump and an up and in. Extends that lead right back up to 10. And we have our first timeout of the game, as Maritime wants to talk things over. And it's a full timeout here. So that'll be 1 minute. As we have 5 minutes and 15 seconds left in this first half. So after Maritime cut down that 10-point lead to 6, the Griffins responded right back and extended it to 10. Maritime not going to let this lead blow open, as the Griffins sometimes can do. They can hurt you quickly in a variety of ways. So the last time these two teams played was in February of last year. Griffins won that matchup 67-60. Mostly due to their second half performance. They were down 2 at the half. It's a very evenly matched set of teams, as the Griffins have won 10 of the 21 games these two teams have played each other. But the Griffins have won the last 3. And the Griffins are currently on a 6-game win streak, looking to make that 7. As playoff berth is all but certain, especially with the win today. The Griffins aren't just looking to make the playoffs. They want to make a run. They want good seeding. And this is what Coach Chris Amer said is a true test of his team. And they try to get the steal there, but after some deflections, Maritime picks it up. But the shot clock did not have the right time on it. It briefly reset to 30. but it should not have reset to 30 as the Griffins never possessed the ball. So instead, the refs correct it to 13 seconds on the shot clock. So the Privateers will have to move. O'Sullivan moving down the baseline. Has to pick up his dribble. Gives it to Trecario, whose spin was too big, say the refs. Too much footwork. That's a travel, and Griffin's ball. Opportunity to extend this double-digit lead. Kelly hands it off to Matanti. Berman. This is Doherty now defended a little bit tighter on the perimeter. Trecario on there. There's still nothing going for the Griffins, so Morrell launches one. That ricochets off, and Doherty's there to pick it right up. Kelly tries to drive, forced to kick it out, but there's no real receiver. There's Berman. Dives over the table just to show that he can hustle. Doesn't result in Griffin's possession, though, unfortunately, for the home side. And so Maritime now with O'Sullivan to Williams. They set their offense in motion. Griffins respond. Matanti's there all over Williams, and somehow that pops out. Williams a little frustrated with that unlucky bounce, and Kim, who leads the conference in assists with an absolute dime, and Berman lays it up to Doherty. Beautiful team basketball, incisive passing with surgical precision. Leads to 2 more points and a 12-point lead for the Griffins, and the Maritime Privateers cannot respond with that floater from O'Sullivan. And the Griffins out with Matanti. Wanted that inside pass, but a quick set of hands from Anderson results in a turnover and a fast break for Maritime, but Devaney can't quite control the ball as he was looking to go up and over. As he skyrockets that ball into the rafters for a second. We get some substitutions. Downs now in the game for the Griffins. Berman to the bench. 3 minutes left in this half. Can the Griffins keep this momentum up as Kim was slicing through defenders but forced to kick it out, given all the length at the rim. Kelly trying to drive through the paint. Little floater, nice touch, but doesn't go. Doherty there to pick it up. Gets fouled on the floor. As they will reset the shot clock after that foul. But the Griffins not yet in the bonus, so this will just be a baseline inbounds as Doherty had to put in some extra effort to corral that. Morrell tries one from the corner. It's good. Morrell reminding the Maritime Privateers that Griffins can shoot the 3 ball and they can shoot it well. Pretty much every single player on the Sarah Lawrence Griffins can hurt you from deep if you give them the opportunity. Morrell cashing in 3 points on that opportunity as we get another timeout. This one a 30-second timeout. Players will stay on the court. 2:30 left in the first half. And I spoke to Sarah Lawrence head coach before the game, and he said one of the keys here is to not let Maritime get out in transition, not give them a lot of transition opportunities. And so far, that's exactly what the Griffins have done. Maritime at times looking to go quick, but they haven't been able to convert a lot of easy fast break points as the Griffins are playing tough defense and not allowing two of Maritime's top scorers, Devaney and Williams, any easy opportunities. As Devaney has 4 and Williams 5. And usually the pair of them average 18 and 16 points per game, respectively. Now Kelly making it difficult for Williams, but sometimes the defense is good, but the offense is better. Nice shot from Williams. As the mid-range jumper hits nothing but net. Now, a bit of a horn setup. Kim has to pick it up, tries to reach Doherty, but gets it right back after a deflection and then gets fouled by Anderson on the drive. That's only the 5th team foul for the visitors. So still not in the bonus. Another baseline inbounds play. Kelly waits for the contact, draws the contact, and drops the bucket. An and one for number 5. That is just good fundamental basketball. Using the shot fake to tempt the defender into jumping, and then using that jump to draw contact, draw the foul. And the cherry on top is finishing off the bucket. So, Maritime, can they respond? They're down 16 now. And now Maritime gets fouled on the drive. As Williams is going to his left. And Venetis set to catalyze this play. Ball goes to Williams once again. We get a 3-point attempt. That's off the mark. And Berman is there to pick up the pieces. Kivlin on that 3-pointer. Kim using the screen from Doherty out to Berman from the parking lot. That's short though, and on the rebound, Morrell a little too eager. Tipped that one out of bounds, but also fouled the defender in the process. And now the visitors are in the bonus. So that loose ball foul will mean a 1-and-1 free throw, but Maritime misses the first. Zuvekis can't convert from the line. So Griffins will get another opportunity. Kim looking at the paint, jump stop in the paint, kicks it back out. Now Kim on the screen, attempted an inside pass to Doherty, but too many Maritime defenders there as the visitors want to go quick. 3-point attempt, no good. Berman climbs the ladder. Grabs that one at his highest point. And the home side slowing things down, not wanting to give Maritime too much time on their last possession of the half. Less than 20 seconds left. Kim goes up tough. Through contact, clean contact though, but Downs ends up with the offensive rebound as he spins his way through traffic. Goes up and over, but doesn't go. But then Doherty tries to clean it up. And Devaney, or the half-court attempt, which almost dropped. So no score on the last two possessions for either team. And we end that first half. Sarah Lawrence Griffins 35. Maritime Privateers 19. The home side with a 16-point lead. Looking comfortable so far in an important game with two teams that will likely head to the playoffs. Sarah Lawrence Griffins looking to extend that 6-game win streak. And they've done well so far. So we will take a quick break. We'll see you back here in 14 minutes or so. My name is Pete Marson on the call. Thank you for joining us, and stay right here. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Campbell Sports Center. I am joined here by assistant coach extraordinaire, Merrick Fuchs. How are you doing, Coach?
I'm doing well. We had a good first half. It was good to see. This is Maritime's a really tough team. They're strong, they're smart, they have a couple of really good players. So I was, knock on wood, happy with the half. We did a good job, particularly rebounding.
Yes, I saw you out-rebounded them by 12. It was 24 for the Griffins and 12 for the visitors here. What do you think was key to out-rebounding Maritime on the first half?
We were doing a good job boxing out, good job offensively tagging, getting some tips. So I think by doing that, we got second chances. And on the defensive end, we managed to control the pace. They couldn't really get out and run because we were controlling the boards pretty nicely.
Exactly. Head coach Chris mentioned ahead of the game that the transition defense might be key, and they haven't gotten a lot of transition points so far. You also mentioned tipping. It seems like the Sarah Lawrence Griffins style of rebounding is to head to the basket, tip it out to your guards. Is that something you practice?
Yeah, we practice. We emphasize it. The game has changed with so many three-pointers taken. I read a statistic that there are more, I'm going to butcher the statistic now that I'm just conjuring it up in my head.
Of course.
But more rebounds off of three-pointers than off of two-pointers now in the NBA. So it's just a way of maybe getting to the side of the offensive player, which could also slow them down getting in transition, and hopefully being in a better position for a longer rebound or a tip back. You can see we do a good job. And Chris Daugherty,
right?
He was phenomenal in the first half.
Exactly. And you also mentioned tagging. Can you explain for our audience what that means?
Yeah, so that's like, the best way to describe it is like a little bit of a side box out, right? So you hit the guy. I'm demonstrating our viewers on you, and they can't see it, but a little bit on the side, and that puts a body on him, so hopefully he doesn't leak out, and also it puts you in a nice position to get a rebound or a tip, especially because three-pointers come out longer. It's changed the game since back when I had my youth and looks. So it's a good way to go about it. And these guys, our guys, really, really smart team. And they've, really taken to it nicely.
Yeah, and they've played together for a long time, a lot of these players, and you can tell that they mesh well. When I talk to other coaches, they say that Sarah Lawrence plays like a team, and you see them rebounding as one of the impressive players from the visiting side. You mentioned they have two. I'm assuming you were talking about Devaney and Williams, is that right?
Yeah, they are just terrific. And hopefully we can do a little bit better job this half of doubling them. We had some really nice man-to-man defense on them by Eamon Kelly.
Right.
And KJ came in and did well. And Tommy, too, did a really nice job. But they're hard guys to guard.
Exactly.
And we definitely don't want to get them going.
Right.
So we want to give them some double coverage.
Exactly, as this is very up and down so far. I think they got called on a goaltend there. Berman wants to review it. And
I don't think that was off the backboard. I think Brady's right about that. Brady is, of course, a coach's son, so he can't be wrong.
Exactly. Exactly. Like you said, a smart team, so they don't just say review it at any odd occasion. I'll try to make sure they have it right, but it's, like you mentioned, it seemed like there was some impressive man-to-man defense on some of their best players in the first half, and sometimes you just still can't stop them.
You still can't stop them, and they can get going at any moment because they're so talented. But again, if we double them a little bit more aggressively.
Right.
And they have a couple guys who are really good players, but not quite dangerous shooters. So we could be able to double a little bit more aggressively.
Right. There's an opportunity to collapse once they hit the paint or double.
Yeah,
you say.
yeah. And even if it's just kind of stunting at them,
Right.
it just gives them that second thing to think about because it's such a fast game.
Absolutely.
So if you give an offensive player a thing to think about in the background, that it becomes hard. You need a supercomputer brain, to be able to compute all that at a top speed.
Exactly.
Which those two guys can do, but it'll make it harder for them.
Right. No easy buckets.
Yeah.
Force them to make those tough shots.
Right.
And we have still looking at the replay here.
Yeah. So the review is new for us this year.
Right.
So it's been fun. We've been pretty good at our review record is pretty good, but I think Brady was right, but let's see.
So they called it a goaltend on the floor. And the Griffins are looking to overturn that. They're calling the coaches over to explain what happened. Seems like a detailed explanation.
Yeah, I do wish, like in the NBA, they could tell the whole crowd. Right. Because
that's
the next step. Mentioning, yeah.
First, we got the replay.
Oh, so
I think they are counting the bucket, right?
Yeah.
So they didn't overturn it.
So the coach's son was wrong. Let's mark this moment.
Doesn't happen often. It's rare. But it seemed like a close call either way.
Yeah, it did.
Looking intently. Downs has been having a couple of good games.
Yeah.
Travels there, though. And so, go ahead.
Gabe's been terrific for us. He's smart and he's aggressive, which is a really good combination.
Exactly.
And able to score off the dribble too. And he's really a tough defender. And so win-win all around.
And scoring off the dribble is a nice compliment to all the Griffins shooters. Too.
Yeah, it is. It is.
As Williams is showing off his talent there. Puts that up and in. It's now a 10-point lead for the Griffins.
Yeah, that was just a really nice move by Williams.
Right. One of those moments that are just hard to stop. You perhaps live with it. And the team is on a 6-game win streak. Obviously, I don't want to jinx anything, but what do you think has been key to that streak in the last couple of games?
Well, I think it's a number of things. I think it's our rebounding and our defense. And I don't know, we're just sort of a tough team to play because we have depth. We have a number of ways we can attack you. A number of guys who can get hot. So as long as we're defending and we are rebounding, we're a tough matchup.
Exactly.
Not perfect. The only thing perfect about our team is our assistant coaching.
Of course.
That's perfect.
Like I said, assistant coaches extraordinaire. This team is plenty. But you're not just an assistant coach, I believe, right? You're also part of the writing department?
Yeah, I'm a faculty member in the writing department. So, but I like to think of myself as an assistant coach and also.
Exactly.
Because basketball always comes first in life.
Of course.
Above God and family.
Right. The natural hierarchy of things.
It is such an interesting game, right? Because it's so fast, but there's so many complexities and intricacies, right? So, I don't know. It's always fascinated me. Playing, coaching, watching. Oh,
yes.
Okay. So now
Williams
we need
going
to
quick.
Oh, that's.
Oh,
that was a bad break.
Kelly couldn't quite corral it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Okay, so this is an important part of the game because they've, come back a touch. They're feeling it.
cut the 16-point lead down to 9.
Yeah.
Need to find some offense here.
Oh, he's holding Brady.
Definitely looked like a foul, but refs say all's good. Brady attacking the paint. Goes up. Hits rejected. And Williams going quick once again. Can the Griffins stop him?
Oh, nice
kick out.
pass.
But nothing but air.
Oh.
3-point attempt, and somehow that doesn't go. And Doherty is going for the block, but refs say there was some contact as well. Precario went to ground, and we'll head to the line.
Okay, I could be wrong on this, and I'm obviously biased.
An assistant coach that's biased for his own team. Unheard of.
But I'm wondering if the ref didn't anticipate the foul. Like, it looked like Chris Doherty was coming down. It's one of my pet peeves about reffing. And again, he could be right and I could be wrong.
Right.
I'm just looking at it from a distance. But a lot of times the refs will anticipate something happen and blow the whistle, but it doesn't in fact happen.
Right. Because at a certain point, it's pattern recognition. They see a certain motion.
Exactly.
And they're already heading for
They're
the
already
whistle.
heading. And again, it's so fast and so
Right.
difficult. Like once in a while I will ref and practice, and I will shut up about my criticisms about refs
Exactly.
for at least a full, 24 hours.
Exactly. Anybody who loves to harp on the refs should try
Yeah,
it out.
to try to do it. It's so hard.
It's so difficult. Everything happens so quick.
Oh, nice cut. Nice
There,
mid-range
nice
shot.
Doesn't go.
Okay.
Maritime really trying to push the pace this half, and they are. As Doherty stuffs him, but again gets called on the foul. He thought he got all ball. Refs say he didn't.
Oh, I think he called on Brady, no? Or an Andrew. Who was that foul on? Oh, Gabe.
It was on
third
Gabe.
guess. Well, I had 5 guesses.
Right.
So
Third time's the charm
3,
there.
yeah.
As numerous Griffins defenders were collapsing on Devaney.
So Zion Williams is doing a great job now. Like, this is what I mean by just being a smart player. Obviously we came out looking to double him.
Right.
To not get him going. And what's he doing? He's driving and spraying out, right?
Distributing.
So, yeah, he's distributing. So that's really the way to play.
Adapting to
Yeah.
the defense that he sees. And lead now cut to 7. As Kelly was convinced that was off of
Yeah.
a Maritime foot or leg. And a full timeout called by the Griffins. As Maritime relatively quickly has cut the lead down to 7. The Griffins need to be careful here. And what's the usual style of timeout this team uses? Obviously, you don't have to share the secret sauce, but what usually happens during one of these timeouts?
Well, it sort of depends. I mean, in this case, you're just looking to settle the guys down and stop their momentum a little bit. So sometimes it's even less of what you say in terms of X's and O's and more like, an emotional tourniquet.
Right.
In a sense, right? Other times there might be a real adjustment to make. But here I think it's probably a little bit more emotional, like we thought that call was going to go our way, and they're rolling a bit, and we're a little bit cold. So we're also might be emphasizing some more backdoor cuts, right? They were being very aggressive in guarding Eamon Kelly and our shooters, and we were able to cut backdoor. We've kind of gotten away from that in the beginning of the second half. So Coach E might have mentioned that too. So let's see. Let's see what happens.
As Williams tries one from way deep and drains that. Another tough shot goes down for Williams. Now a 4-point game all of a sudden. Nice cut from Kelly. Goes up, wants a lob, but doesn't arrive at the intended receiver. Maritime trying to cut it to one. Griffin's lucky that that doesn't find the bottom of the net. Like you said, an important part of the game here. Griffins need to respond.
Oh, jeez.
Long pass from Berman to Doherty. And there was one of those backdoor cuts. Berman,
there we
tough take.
Oh,
and
nice
a
play.
tip from Doherty.
Brady did good job. He felt that contact, so he turned the corner and went to the basket. He didn't get the call or the basket, but it was the right decision. And Chris Doherty came in with a really nice tip.
That's the first field goal of the second half for the Griffins, but the visitors respond immediately with a three. And we have an off-ball foul. Number 12. Three-point game. Looks like a bit of a full court press now.
Yeah, so this is probably going to be a pretty aggressive press. So hopefully we can break it down and score off it, or at the very least not be disrupted.
As Downs didn't have too much trouble getting over halfway line.
Yeah, that's it.
Berman gets shoved. Sivekis can't believe it, but called on 2 consecutive fouls.
So Brady, the coach's son, was tragically wrong about that replay, but what he's noticing is Maritime is being very aggressive, even overly aggressive with its defense. So he's going to the hoop. Like he's trying to use their aggression against them.
He drains the first, and O'Sullivan comes in to the game for the fouler.
Yeah. Offsides, the basketball version of offsides. Number 3 stepped into the lane. Brady had a
lane
a quarterback's quick count. There we go.
And he uses that to his advantage. You sometimes don't see that called. Even though lane violations, if you really pay attention to them, they can happen on almost every attempt. Kivlin, now O'Sullivan tries the paint. And again, Williams with the ball. But
yeah, so you see Brady came over.
But a pass, Devaney can't get it to go. Cleans up his own mess. Kick to Kivlin for 3. That's off the mark, but yet another offensive rebound for Maritime. Strong defense from the Griffins, but rebounding, giving the visitors some extra opportunities as that hits nothing but air, and Downs will slow things down. 5-point game. And what's the atmosphere been like within the group recently?
I mean, this is literally...
As Berman hits a 3.
Yeah, you could sense that Brady was seeing what was happening. So he had a couple of hard drives to the hoop, and then the defender did back off him, and he shot the 3. He really, really knows when to take the 3, which is always great to see, because sometimes, you know, the 3 is overused.
Exactly.
But he always makes sure he's in the groove. So the feeling around the team, this is just it's a really, really great group. I've been around basketball my entire life, and just, they're cohesive. Whether or not we've won a bunch in a row or lost a couple, they're good friends, nice people, interesting, and they're enjoying this, and working hard and smart, and it's nice to see. It's almost enough these days to restore your faith in humanity. Not quite enough, but almost.
Right.
Almost.
It's a good example for sure. You can tell they bring a lot of energy to the game.
Yeah, and it's great for the younger guys because they come in and they kind of see how things should be done, right? In a way that, coaches can talk about, but it's just old coaches. But if it's players, like acculturating the younger players, it's really great.
Yep, the seniors leading by example. Devaney trying to work his way through. Sullivan takes a stumble. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Decision needs to be made. Step back three-pointer off the mark.
Oh, nice. Oh.
And a foul on the rebound.
Yeah, I think he called that an Andrew Kim.
Yep. Kim called on the violation. And they're saying 2 shots.
Oh, my God.
They're saying he was going up for the putback and got fouled on said putback. Griffins understandably don't agree.
I have to say, I was trying to be equitable last time, but this was just a bad call. That was a really bad call. And, of course, the shot didn't go in, right? Because the basketball gods know when it's such a bad call, right? And the basketball gods are vengeful and wrathful. They won't let a player get away with that.
Exactly. Ball don't lie, as they say. But Anderson splits the pair. That's his first point of the game.
Yeah.
Matanti left wide open. You usually don't want to do that. That doesn't go down to the rebound. Matanti tries from the other side, and that works. Pointing straight to the bench. That's the energy we were talking about. 10-point lead for the Griffins.
He's a terrific shooter.
Every time. He's so dangerous from deep. And he doesn't even need that much space.
Yeah. I always tell these guys that, I'm the best shooter in the gym, but I do tell Tommy he's a close second.
Close second. We can't all compete with your talents, obviously. That's too high of a standard.
Okay. Oh, no. Oh,
that's the second time off of inbounds, but that one doesn't fall for Devaney.
Got to have your head on the swivel. We lucked out. Gabe knows he tapped his chest. He knows he missed that one.
And they've seen that a bunch. Kim also earlier in the game.
Yeah, in the
taking
first half.
accountability. Nice scoop and the and one for Andrew Kim. His momentum has shifted to the Griffins now.
Yeah. So of all the variables to our team, when Andrew Kim is pushing like that, pushing the pace, looking to drive to the hole, we do really well because he's really good at it. And it's just hard to guard that and get out on Tommy and get out on Eamon.
He gets 3 points the old-fashioned way. And it does seem like whenever Andrew Kim is doing well, the team does well.
Yeah. There we go.
There we go.
Nice
Tip
deflection.
from Andrew Kim. And
so now he should push it.
He's looking, finds Downs.
Oh, nice hesitation.
The paints and goes up and in somehow. Put some extra English on it to make sure that one found the bottom of the rabbit hole.
Yeah. That's what I was meaning by smart and aggressive, right? Like he went to the hole, really nice hesitation, but then he was off balance and the defender came and he made a second adjustment, right? So
exactly.
He's fun to watch.
As Williams responds with a 3 for Maritime.
Yeah.
12-point game, 11 minutes left. Doherty. Oh, nice attempt there, but Matanti steps out of bounds, so that three-pointer won't count. As Downs ties his shoes, so we'll take a second. And what did the preparation for this game look like? And how does the preparation look like in general? Do you adapt to the teams? Is the preparation the same pretty much no matter what?
Yeah, well, it's kind of split down the middle, right? I mean, we have to be most concerned with just what we're doing. But again, you know, you have a player like Williams or a player like Delaney, you need to take large account of what they do. And also, like the nature of this team. Oh, nice.
Another nice move from Downs. As he gets the end one.
Yeah.
Right through contact. No problem dealing with all the traffic in the paint.
Yeah. It's really fun, right? That old school, like, herky-jerky movement. It's great to see.
And such good body control, too.
Yeah.
It seems like he's off balance, but then he finds a way.
But he's not. It's really deceptive, right?
Exactly. You think you got him, and then that's what perhaps lures you in to foul him.
Yeah.
But then he just finishes through contact.
Yeah. I love that. You know, the type of player that makes people adjust to their pace. It's really cool. Plus, that was down the left side.
Right. He does it all, but short on the bonus free throw. Griffin's bench getting into it. As Anderson tries to drive, got poked from behind, and then a foul looks to be called on. I think that was Berman, right? Brady?
I think they called on Andrew Kim.
Oh, they called it on Kim?
Yeah.
There's a discussion, I think, now about who. Wait.
Or now they're uncertain.
It seems like if the foul was called on Kim, it can't have been for a shot because he was the one trying to poke it from behind.
Yeah.
If the foul was committed later, and they do correct it, it'll be a baseline inbounds. As Kelly comes in for Berman. As Maritime seemed to gain some momentum out of the half, but the Griffins have taken over ever since. Williams.
Oh, good help. Good help.
Yes. That's exactly the type of doubling we were talking about. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Anderson in trouble. Has to do something. Finds his teammate in the corner, and in the dying seconds of the shot clock, Maritime with a big-time three. Cutting the lead to single digits.
They won't go away. You know what I mean? It's not a team you could really put away.
Right. You can blow the lead right open. You can. Down, spinning down the lane. Matanti, nice mid-range shot. That's short, though. Tries to get his own rebound, but Williams comes up with it. And the 2-on-1 proving too much. Oh, no! Devaney misses probably one of the easiest dunks you'll ever see. But on the rebound, it deflected off of a Griffin. So it'll stay with the visitors. And there's that little extra help. Kyruz making it difficult on Williams. Anderson trying a tough three. That's short. Downs with the rebound. I mean, basketball is such a game of runs and momentum. That scoop doesn't go. And it seems like the Griffins have a really good head on their shoulders. They don't get flustered when the other team is doing well or going on a run of their own.
Yeah.
Is that something you try to coach or instill in them? Is that something these players just have naturally?
Well, you try to beg and cajole and, you know, you say prayers to every form of deity. But it really comes from them, right? Just, you know, they're the type of people in life and in basketball. They could just sort of bounce back and not get too crazy if they get up and not get too down when they get down. And they also realize that basketball, especially modern basketball, like you're never really out of a game with a three-point shot.
Right. The Griffins can score quick as Williams goes right down the lane.
See, there we didn't do a good job of doubling.
Right.
I should go back down.
Absolutely. Well, it was a pleasure.
Great.
Thank you for joining me.
Thank you so much. And I'll talk to you soon.
I'll talk to you soon. An extra thank you to assistant coach Merrick Fuchs for joining me here in the broadcasting area. We will take a timeout with 8 minutes, 29 seconds left in the game. Maritime trying to cook up another run, cutting the lead to 7 now. As the camera is maybe not showing yet, but the cheerleaders showing off their moves. And this is probably one of those timeouts that assistant coach Merrick Fuchs was talking about, where you want to cut the bleeding, you want to stop the other team's momentum, perhaps make a few adjustments here or there, but just regroup and stop them from getting hot. As we also have the Sarah Lawrence women's basketball team playing right now. One of the few occasions where both the men's team and the women's team are playing at the exact same time. Sarah Lawrence women's team playing Old Westbury, and they lead 72-48. Dominant game from a historic Sarah Lawrence women's team, already surpassed the program record as Matanti tried the drive. Hey, Ruse cleaning things up. 9-point lead, Griffins. Devaney. Now Anderson trying a drive to the left, but meets two Griffins defenders. Those defenders a little too eager. Downs soaring through the air, but also committing the foul. Anderson will shoot 2. Anderson, a senior from Smithtown, New York. Gets a friendly bounce on the first. He's a 78% free throw shooter. Gets both to go. And Kim driving down the lane, draws the foul. All of his teammates coming over to help him up. Privateers can't believe it, but it's true. Andrew Kim will head to the line for 2. As Kivlin is still talking to the refs, pleading his case, but as is often the case, the refs don't change their mind. Kim, a 69% free throw shooter, drains them both. Lead back to 9. 12 points on the game for Kim. Williams, who has a game-high 21 points already, gets fouled as the Griffins try to keep up the pressure. But the visitors already in the bonus. This will be a 1-and-1. This half has seen a lot more fouls than the first. Williams doesn't get the first to go, so he will not get a second attempt. Griffins with the opportunity to extend their lead. Kim clears the way. Kelly at the top. Down screen from Doherty. Hands it off to Kelly, who tries a long-range jumper. That's good. Kelly, such a dangerous shooter, known for his three-point shooting, but he can hit you from everywhere on the court. As Devaney was left open for three there. That one's off the rim. Kivlin tries one down the lane, jump stop, but meets the rim protection program from Chris Doherty as he perhaps nonchalantly says no to that shot attempt. We get a quick last-minute substitution. Kim heading to the bench. Morrell subbing in for him. Kivlin inside to Devaney. Berman, tight defense, giving it his all, but Devaney says no problem as that goes up and in. Keeping Maritime in this. As assistant coach Merrick Fuchs said, this team just won't go away. It's not easy to blow open this lead when you have dangerous players like Williams here spinning his way through traffic. Kicks it out. Three-point attempt. That's short. And after one tip, Doherty picks it up. Outlet to Berman. He goes quick. He goes up. And it goes in. Berman extending the lead to 11. Just like Maritime won't go away, the Griffins won't let you eat into their lead with ease as Berman fell asleep at the wheel. Was looking forward to his teammates, but didn't see the incoming Anderson, who, like Jose Alvarado, snuck up on the opposing player from behind, poked it free, grabbed it, and Berman instinctively tried to stop him from going up. Fouls him, and Anderson will shoot two. Griffins cheerleaders once again making some noise. Anderson not shaken by it. Hits the first. Anderson short on the second. Tussle for the rebounds. Devaney had the position over Doherty to grab the board, and he wanted to go up, but Doherty had arms around him. Gets called on the foul, and the Privateers are back at the free throw line in short order. And we will take a 30-second timeout in between these free throws. 10-point game. As it seems like this is a critical moment. If the visitors are to make a run, it has to start now, you'd imagine. if the Griffins blow things open now, Maritime is in real trouble. The Griffins with an 8-1 conference record, won all their conference games besides the home game against Yeshiva. We're still unbeaten. As the conference seems to be shaping up to be perhaps a 3-horse race between Yeshiva, Sarah Lawrence, and Farmingdale State. If you look at the respective records, at least. As Farmingdale State and Sarah Lawrence Griffins both only with 1 loss in the conference, Yeshiva with none. But Maritime wants to contend with those 3 teams. They're at 6-3 in the conference. Looking to make that 7-3, but first they'd have to overcome the Griffins here and overcome a 9-point deficit. Berman to Doherty. Now Downs on the wing. Tries a drive, kicks it. Morrell from the corner, and that is his office. That is where he goes to work. He drains the 3, hitting another 3-pointer from the corner, where Williams spun free. But he spun so quickly, he traveled. Feet working quicker than the ball there. As he was attempting yet another deft move. That one resulting in a turnover. Now, Berman. Morrell from the corner. Once again, that's a little short, but a tip from Kelly. Picked up by Downs. And the Griffins get yet another Griffin-like offensive rebound. Downs pushes through. Picks it up. Goes up and under. That doesn't go. Scramble for the rebound. Berman picks it up. But gets caught on the double dribble. Berman, for a sec there, wanted to perhaps review, but not worth it. Anderson pokes, prods, spins, but meets Downs, and Downs with an outlet to Kelly. Here come the Griffins. Berman up and under. A strong transition bucket from Brady Berman. And the Griffins now 14 points ahead with 4 minutes and 10 seconds left. Maritime coach feeling the pressure, takes a timeout, a full timeout here, wanting to stop the bleeding. As once again, the momentum that has been oscillating between these 2 teams in the second half, now shifting over to the Griffins once again. This has been a tight second half. The difference really still being that first half performance from the home team, out rebounding the visitors by 12 in the first. In the second half, Maritime has done a lot better on the boards, perhaps a point of emphasis at halftime, as they have out-rebounded the Griffins by 4 in the second half. On some offensive rebounds, extra possessions. A very different style of basketball, as we talked about with assistant coach Merrick Fuchs. Some talented players, but a little bit more isolation forward. You see that back in the numbers, as Maritime only has 5 assists on the game, whereas the Griffins have 13. playing perhaps a bit more of a team game. But then again, Williams and Devaney, so talented. If you can score in any which way, might as well, as Kim gets called on another foul. He reaches in, and this will be 2 shots given. Maritime is well into the bonus now. And Williams with an opportunity to add on to his point total, already at 21. He makes it 22 with the first. Adding on to that performance with 8 rebounds. And he makes them both. 23 points on the game. Griffin still no trouble with his full court press. Berman slows things down, taking advantage of that 12-point lead. And the limited time left on the clock. And some off-ball motion. Doherty looking like he wanted to set a screen, but Berman says, I can drive right to the hoop and down with cleanup in aisle paint. Gets that one and gets the extra bonus. Yet another and one for Gabe Downs. Who is having himself a game. And he gets the extra free throw to go as well. He's got 12 on the night, or the afternoon, and a deflection there. Maritime lucky to come away with it. And Kivlin trying to get the visitors back into this game with a 3-point attempt. That doesn't go. Kelly gets fouled after the rebound. Griffin starting to feel comfortable as Kelly will head straight to the line. Griffin's now in the bonus. 15-point lead. Opportunity to make it 17. But it's a 1-and-1. I have to make his first. He does. Gets a chance at the second. Eamon Kelly, who leads the team in scoring with 13.6 points a game. Shoots a blistering 86% from the free throw line. Impressive shooter all around. And that's Exhibit A as he drains both. Williams to Kivlin, tries another one from deep, from the same spot, and that one doesn't hit anything but air. But his teammate is right there to pick things up. Kim, strong, quick to the hoop. And Doherty with a strong rebound in between 2 Maritime defenders. Grabs it. Kim uses the screen from Doherty, gives it to Doherty. Doherty goes up. Doesn't get that to go. Devaney now with a quick transition and a poke from Kim. Doesn't result in a backcourt violation because there was a tip by said Kim. Devaney tries one in Berman's face. My goodness, that's a tough shot. And Kim very cleverly saw the incoming Zavekis, my apologies, Zavekis. Braced himself for impact, drew the foul. And now Andrew Kim will head straight to the line. As that 3-pointer by Devaney does make it a 12-point game. And Kim misses the first. So a missed opportunity for the Griffins. Start putting this one to bed. Breath of hope for the visitors. Anderson to Williams. Their top scorer on the evening. Tries one from 3. And that's pure. All of a sudden, 9-point game. Less than 2 minutes left. Griffins need to stay in control here. 26 points on the game for Williams. As Williams was looking for a steal, but Berman's teammate helping him out, letting him know that Williams was incoming. Less than 10 seconds on the shot clock. 5 seconds left. Doherty tries one from three. He's already made one, and he makes another. 12-point lead for the Griffins as they get hyped. They can feel it coming. They can feel it in the air this afternoon. The high energy from the Griffins that we love to see on a 6-game win streak, and 1 minute and 26 seconds away from making that a 7-game win streak, putting themselves in prime position to get good seeding in the playoffs. As Coach E said before the game that this was a real test, and they have shown up to this test and almost aced it. I think you could safely say that the first half was an ace from the Griffins, 16-point lead, but they also did well to stop Maritime from gaining too much momentum. And even though they allowed 26 points from Williams and 18 from Devaney, they've been able to limit the damages. And the beautiful thing about Griffins basketball, I mean, look at this stat sheet. We have 3 players at 12 points. Berman, Kim, Downs, all at 12. Doherty contributing with 10 right behind that. Doherty with an incredible 16 rebounds on the game. He gets a double-double. And an impressive one at that, with more rebounds than points. But do the visitors have one more breath of life? As Vekis gets rejected again by Doherty at the rim, as we have seen so often, and he's so used to it, he doesn't even need to get hyped about it. As Williams trying to double Kim, but he evades the defenders. That's an open 3 for Kelly, and you know what happens then. Eamon Kelly joins the party in the double-digit team with a 3. Less than a minute left. This one looks all but secured for your Sarah Lawrence Griffins. Every single Griffins player on the court right now in double-digit points. They've spread the love tonight. They've played like a team, both on offense, defense, and in rebounding. And they will come away with the win here as Berman splits 2 defenders, dumps it off to Doherty, but they will run this shot clock as low as it will go. Only a 13-second difference between shot clock and game clock, but a 15-point difference on the scoreboard. Kim will drive, will go up, can't quite hit the rim, so that'll be a shot clock violation, but the Griffins don't mind. They ate up as much time as they could. 15 points in pretty much every single world will be sufficient with 12 seconds left. And they try for one more 3. Maritime makes the 3. He hesitated, looked over to see if he really even should take the shot since the game was completely done with. But your final score is Sarah Lawrence Griffins 77, Maritime Privateers 65. With that last 3-pointer, it ends in a 12-point win for the home side. They go 9-1 in the conference, which pretty much seals up a playoff spot and puts them in a great position for good seeding. And we'll take a quick look at the women's team as they are playing right now against Old Westbury, and they have won by 20. So they are in a prime position to make the playoffs and potentially get some good seeding and hopefully a home game as well. Both basketball teams for the Griffins showing up this year. So be sure to tune in to future games. As the Sarah Lawrence Griffins finish this game with a 12-point win. And just going over the stats one more time, we have Berman, Kim, and Downs with 12 points apiece. Doherty and Kelly adding 10 points of their own. Doherty led the game in rebounds with 16. Berman was second on the team with 7 of his own. And on the other side, Williams showed up in a big way. 26 points, 4 for 7 from 3. Grabbed 8 boards, but it wasn't enough to give his team the win. Devaney tried and added 18 points of his own. He grabbed 9 boards, most for the Privateers. But the 2 talented players from the visitors couldn't get it done. The Griffins